Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. Indeed now, the transfer talk, it is hotting up, especially when it comes to the free agents. Today we're going to be talking about Sergio Aguero, as has Koeman actually opted against signing him. We're also going to be talking about the huge wage demands from Jorginho Wijnaldum and David Alaba. It is all coming up today with some big decisions ahead for this club. So let's get to it. And I do just want to start here today, guys, by wishing all of you who were celebrating yesterday a really happy Holly. I hope you had a great time there enjoying the Festival of Lights, the Festival of Love, and I'm wishing you all there the very, very best for all of you guys who were celebrating on that occasion. And indeed, yesterday, I was celebrating too, because look at these images right here. Barca returning to training. It had only been a few days rest there for those who weren't involved in the international break, but I think it was a much needed rest for some of those players like Lionel Messi, as we discussed yesterday. But on Monday morning, they were back, and as you can see there, Ronald Koeman and his staff watching on as Lionel Messi went through his paces. And I was just really glad to see there some pictures again of Barcelona. It feels like such a long time. I feel like in the international break, time moves slower. It really, really does. And the team did indeed train again on Tuesday morning. And of course now, we are all gearing up for that Barca return that's going to be coming on Monday against Valladolid. Not too long to wait. And let's now move on to that news. Because let's start indeed here with the big news that has been breaking over the past 24 hours or so, and it does there contain Sergio Aguero, because on Monday evening, Man City there announced that Aguero will be leaving the club at the end of the season, which will bring to an end there an illustrious 10-year stay in Manchester, where Aguero has been on the end of some truly unforgettable moments there in the club's history. He's going to have a statue there outside the stadium, and they are all going to show their appreciation to what has been a terrific player for their club. Aguero himself also there later on Monday also confirmed his exit in a full statement from him. He spoke about his incredible times at Man City. He spoke there about giving his best for the rest of the season. And then he went on to discuss embarking on what he described as a new challenge in his next chapter. But the question is, where will that new challenge be? Well, according to the reports in the Catalan media this morning, if Ronald Koeman has anything at all to do with this transfer, Aguero's next destination, it will not be Barcelona, because the media say that Ronald Koeman has been pretty firm now for quite some time on his Aguero stance. He does not want to sign him for the club this summer, even on a free, and there's two reasons why. Because according to the media, Ronald Koeman's reported main concern with Sergio Aguero is all surrounding his injury problems, because he has missed a lot of football this season with injury issues. And for somebody who has suffered with injuries season upon season really right throughout his career, even though he has of course competed at the top level, he's scored an unbelievable amount of goals, but even so, he's still been blighted by injuries. And for somebody there who does turn 33 this summer, you would expect it there not exactly to get better for Aguero, but probably to get worse, which would then mean that Ronald Koeman throughout the season wouldn't really be able to depend on him. But that there is not the only reason why Koeman is against Aguero, apparently, because the second reason all revolves there around the alternatives that are available this summer, and you all know where I'm about to go with this, because Ronald Koeman would much prefer that instead of signing Aguero, the club went for Memphis Depay. Koeman believes that Depay would adapt better and quicker to his system at Barcelona, and he believes that Depay is much more capable there of playing in different areas and different positions wherever he is needed. And interestingly enough, it's said there that Koeman also believes that Memphis would be more accepting of a rotational role if required in the squad. And that's interesting there, because we all sort of assumed that if Depay was brought in there as that number 9 kind of profile, he would be a regular fixture in the team. But potentially there, Koeman is maybe thinking of using him in more of a rotational role. He does know, of course, Depay very well. He may have even spoken to him about his potential role, and apparently he would, except there coming off the bench if needed in certain games. And I think, guys, in terms of your preference when it comes to Aguero, I think many people would indeed take him at Barcelona. I think in need of a number 9 in terms of scoring goals, finishing chances. Aguero has been one of the best in the world at that over the last 10 years or so. People would take him as a starter. Many people there would take him in a rotational role. But I also think many of us here do have our reservations. Not necessarily because of performance. I think I do have concerns there about those injuries, but also we are concerned there about not only the wages that Aguero would demand at Barca, but also the length of that contract. If he comes in here on a 2-year deal, we could be paying him there big wages for somebody who further down the line then would be 35 years old. Is that the route that we want to go down? Right now, it is looking unlikely, but the door is still open. But if we move on now to David Alaba and a door that potentially may not be open anymore for Barcelona, because listen here to what David Alaba is reportedly demanding in terms of his wages when, again, he will be available this summer on a free, so-called free transfer. Because David Alaba apparently is demanding a 4-year deal with whichever club that he signs worth 12 million a year, which there translates at around 230,000 euros a week, which would be 48 million over that 4-year contract. And for a player here again who turns 29 in the summer, he's going to turn 29 there, he wants a 4-year deal, so you could be paying there David Alaba over 200,000 a week up until he's 33 years old. And it's not only that either, because David Alaba apparently is reportedly demanding a pretty sizable signing on bonus in terms of signing a player there on a free. Sometimes they'll say, you know what, I want 1 or 2 million up front there to sign with you. And it just goes to show, even though it's technically a free transfer, it's actually very far from free in reality. And Real Madrid appear to be now David Alaba's confirmed destination. However, we are not out of the woods yet, because yes, we may have indeed turned down Alaba. That looks there to be set in stone there that he's not going to be joining Barca this summer, but somebody that still is on the agenda is Georginio Wijnaldum. And although I don't have anything against him as a person, as a player, I do certainly have my doubts, but the biggest doubt of all certainly comes here again in his wage demands. Because it has emerged over the past 24 hours that Georginio Wijnaldum there wants a 3-year deal worth 8 million per season. That there would equate to 150,000 a week, and that would be 24 million over the course of those 3 years. And again there, for somebody who turns 31 in November, you're going to be paying them there a huge wage as they move into those 30s. And it just smacks there of a deal, just like so many of the poor ones that we've done over the past few years under Bartomeu. An aging player on a long contract, on big wages. Can they contribute enough to the team to justify that kind of salary? For me, this is not the route that we should be going down. These are not the kind of deals that we want in our new future at Barcelona. I know that Koeman wants him. I know that he's going to be pushing Laporta to try and sign Wijnaldum. But this here is when I'm counting on Laporta to be firm, to be bold, and quite simply, say no. Finally though, guys, I do want to end here by talking about Barca Femení, because I know many of you guys enjoyed hearing about the women's team yesterday, and I think it's absolutely right, to be honest, that we do give them some serious appreciation for the season they're having right now, the goals that they're scoring, the games that they're winning, and I just want to bring your attention here to a massive game for them this week, because they will indeed be in action for their Champions League quarter-finals second leg. That there is going to be taking place against Man City, and the team there are actually scheduled to arrive in England this evening, on Tuesday evening, ahead of tomorrow's game. The kickoff there coming at 4 p.m. local time on Wednesday. And of course, like we said yesterday, Barca there are going to arrive in Manchester with a comfortable 3-0 lead from the first leg. But, as we also said, take nothing, absolutely nothing, for granted. Barca Femení will want to get the job done. And with the way they played this year, they will believe, and rightly so, that in this competition, they can go all the way. So that there, guys, is today's news there, revolving around the 3 free agents from Sergio Aguero to David Alaba to Georginio Wijnaldum. Would you take any of those players at Barca? Do you have reservations about all 3 of them? What do you make there of the entire situation? Let me know all of those thoughts down below. And of course, if there's any more news at any time, I'll be bringing it straight to you, and I thank you as always for your amazing support enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça!